Historical price fluctuations shows us a lot of different stuff. Stock markets especially gives us some idea, and that's why listening to the legendary investors gives you a lot of wisdom. When these legends speak, we listen. When they give their thought process, we learn. And if you do that, you definitely do understand why you are in these assets and what really is happening on the other aisle of this. Because if your money is somewhere stored safe as fiat, good luck, people. Because you have fundamentals and you have legendary investors coming in and investing in different assets, and one of which now turns out to be crypto. So they are dipping their toes. Now for them, even that tiny dip is massive amount of money. Now why are they doing that? Because right now they understand this. If you look at this first box here, you can see that we are at the support. Those who bought at the support. Now remember, this is a monthly chart. So whoever bought it close to the bottom had, now if you were early, you waited there for a long time, like 5-6 months. So if you don't have the patience to buy and stay there before it breaks higher, you're really not going to make the maximum ROI on that one. But if you buy at the bottom, if you are one among that lucky guys, now what you need is patience to stay through it while the price slowly moves to the roof. Because at that point, you are taking profits and the price is going to drop. Because we right now have a lot of different coins showing you similar pattern of accumulation. The only difference is, in that stock market, it happened all the way from 2010 towards 2020. Now here it's happening in last year. So 1 year in crypto market is giving you what they made in a decade in the stock market. So the volatility in between would be massive. That's the only way you reach those gains in that short period. But if you're afraid of volatility, you're not going to reach these range. And basic step for you, this is the gold chart which you can look and you'll understand. Each time you go up, you get resisted. Fine. But once you break that, you come back, that's a support. You repeat that one, you rinse and repeat. But those people who say, nah, that's not the case, maybe it's for them, at least not for us. But when you look at these in general action, you see that the price gives you an idea. This is silver. Why am I taking you through the stocks, then the commodities, and then coming back to crypto? Because you definitely have these here. The fundamentals, the technicality. Whatever you look at as an investor, there's nothing which is better. Now, those people who say, I lost money in XRP would probably bought XRP somewhere here at the top. Now, mostly, don't be offended, they would be losing. Why? If they don't have patience and they come in at the top, they would lose the money when the price go back to the support. But it's the opposite for those who buy at the support. If they have a little bit of patience, they're going to make it through the next high. So, question you have to ask yourself is, are you that guy who watch this stuff and say, okay, this is a tight accumulation where the price is ranging to the upside, where you can see similar stuff in other assets too. And you say that asset is going to perform well, but this is not. That doesn't make sense, at least for me. Because when I'm zooming in here in the ether, say this is a 4-hour chart, and what I see is like, great, the price is breaking higher. It does have some resistance to the upside, but it seems that it's going to go higher. So in that case, the macro perspective here, laid out by ether, gives you that the price is moving up, the RSI is moving down, right? That's understandable. But here in XRP, it's clear. Price is trending high, RSI is trending high, and the MACD is trending high. So if the indicators show you that, what you do is up to you. Because XRP on a 4-hour shows you this. RSI is just about to break higher. Now this is a short term, it's not talking about that $10, $20, $100 XRP. The breakout here would be mostly taking you towards 1.25 to 1.3. First target would be there, because this is a 4-hour chart. That itself is a price fluctuation, right? A 30% move to the upside. Now, as you break, if you are a breakout trader, you would be buying the breakout or a retest into that breakout. As you continue looking at price, you see there's no much difference. The price is still in the same range and you are getting irritated. Now, that's the human nature. We are all human beings. But not all human beings are successful investors. Why? Because you have to take that emotional part, keep it aside. That's the only way you will be successful. Stay with me. I'll take you through what I see in this market, what you can understand in this market, and what these giants say is happening in this market. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. You now have a crypto market where we are green, we are doing good, and we see a lot of different assets slowly starting to bounce from these support levels, which is interesting because when you go through and see some of them doing great, 10, 20, 30, 40%, and some of them moving exceptionally well. Now these are in medium, large cap coins. Because first you saw the micro caps pump, then the money move into small cap, from there slowly moving into the medium. Now it's entering into the medium to large cap zone, and that's great because at the top you still have large cap coins waiting to receive that money flowing in. You look at the volume, the change in volume, and you say, okay, these are coins where there is no volume, and these are coins where there is a ton of volume. So you follow the money, you make money. Now, if you follow the money into the stable coin, you may not make much. So you can just, neglect those stable coins and then look at other coins. And you see XRP there, you see Cardano there, and there's a ton of FUD against XRP, against Cardano as of now. That's happening when, Cardano happens to perform very well in terms of number of transactions compared to Ether. So that's the side of conspiracy, but it's not. It's the reality. If you look at the on-chain transactions, if you look at what's happening in the current affairs, you'll see okay, this is the reality. We are not jumping onto those. We are looking at where the opportunities are. You see the price is moving. Zcash is in 50, so we consider that as a medium cap, and it still is getting volume when those below it are also receiving that. So now when you look at what Howard Marks highlights this, it really is important for me, you, and everyone as an investor here in crypto to understand this. This particular guy has killed it over the long time with his experience. He's the Oak Tree Capital chief who gives us that memo, mostly giving you that information, what he thinks is happening in the market. And right now, he himself clarifies that, now these are, the Oak Tree and others are like the investment management companies where big guys go and put their money in, the wealthy corporates, endowment funds, pension fund, and they all need like 7-8% return. And these guys can actually achieve it on a safe basis. So now they're taking a little bit of risk, bending that risk curve and trying to get this. So within that increase of risk, they are moving into the new technology, which is blockchain, which is crypto. So when they move, they're all value investors. What do you think they're going to buy when they invest? What do you think they're going to accumulate over the time when they invest? Because you go through, you actually see a ton of stuff. So this is a tweet from Wrath of Kainman. Shout out to him, because this one really gives you that idea, if you read through it, that yes, there is a ton of fundamental in the background. And if you read through it, you definitely understand your money is safe. At least here, even with all these volatility, it's much better in these assets which cannot be duplicated first, rather than looking at the money printing in the fiat system, which is confusing. But if you come back, you see okay, there is a lot of opportunity here and people are making money. But always understand, when you see green coins, you also see red coins. Now these were some of the coins which went higher last week. So what happened? People took profits and it's correcting back down. Now it will reach a support where the existing supply would be drained and new people come in. It goes higher. So what you want to do is take profits. And that is one of the reasons why in my memberships I'm actually showing you where to take profit, when to take profit. When it reaches there, I'm shouting out, okay, this is reaching here. If you want to buy, you can buy. If you want to take profit, if you're in this, take profit, those kind of stuff. And if you want to follow those, you will definitely get the understanding of, yes, these stuffs are happening, right? So when you come back to the XRP chart, say on a daily, on a weekly, on a monthly, as you analyze, you kind of see there is a lot to it, right? It's not only these increasing support resistance zones, but as you continue to highlight these lines, we've been talking about this for a long time, and those who are here knew this. We talked about these ranges too back in 2020, a year back. Remember, we are now after the drop, and after all the complainings, we are 5x above that. In a year, 500%, it's not that small. But we did a 10x. Those who took profit managed to hold on to it and buy back, getting more number of units. So if you are looking at this and just plotting the timeline, you're like, okay, we are already here. Great. So the top is already 7 for that. So on a weekly, if you take 2, 3, 4 weeks, you're going to actually reach the highs like $8, $10 range. And that's like 10x from here. And if you bought in early, that's exceptional. Now, it's not only in this particular asset which is showing this. You have a lot of different assets which is showing you that probability. And that's why, as we discussed through, we kind of show you this is what this asset shows. You should be taking profits. You should be buying. This is an opportunity. This is not an opportunity. All those stuff we update on a regular basis here. And if you want those to get idea of what's happening in those particular coins, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. Now, general market, we all always look at Bitcoin. So what do you think is happening in Bitcoin? We've been highlighting this particular zone from some time. So if you are that human being who says, nah, I don't care about the technical, fine. But if you do understand that the price fluctuation in the charts is how the traders or investors reacted to this asset at that time in that price, it is valuable because we learn from history and we thrive with that knowledge. You look at this, we were having that resistance, now it's a support. And it's also showing you a double bottom kind of stuff where you are getting supported at the trend line support. So as you bounce, yeah, you are going to the roof where you have the resistance here. You will have to overcome that one because if you don't, it's risky. Whereas XRP shows you something similar to what you observe here. And now there are other assets too. But in XRP, you do get that where you had the support in the RSI. Where you buy, that's the maximum exposure zone. Because you had similar opportunities which we highlighted back then when we were the support. Right now we are moving higher. You had coins which we highlighted before and they already did 10x. So all these coins with that pattern, if they can achieve what they showed you in the chart, most probably they're going to repeat the history. History is the same whether it's in the stock market, whether it's in the crypto, and you're a trader or investor, patterns trend higher and lower. So in an uptrend, you observe similar patterns and you capitalize on that one, you're going to make money. So these are assets which do better. Now, in comparison with the pair of XRP BTC and XRP USD, you see both of them are the support. And here in XRP BTC pair, you see the RSI is trending higher from a long time, right? That's what you are eyeing for to buy something. Now, yes, it takes a lot of patience, and especially if it's XRP, it takes a ton of patience. Now, you see this one and understand, okay, this particular range has been there for a long time. So when people say we are going down, we are not. We are at that support. We are staying there. Yes, that's opportunity cost if you see that way of trading. But if you see as accumulating more XRP, that's more time to accumulate this particular asset if you're trading and making money in other assets. Most of our members do that. So when you get these pumps, you do these numbers, big numbers in other coins, you're making 3x, 5x, 10x, you take profit and you put a little bit back in the XRP. So you're adding on to your amount of XRP which you have in terms of XRP, not dollars. Yeah, dollar term also increases, but that will balloon when the actual price of XRP goes higher. So if you tend to make money, that's great. But if you do have kind of confusion about the market, you always go listen to the real investors. Then you look at the chart and say, okay, where this asset is. Even if an asset is good one and you're buying at the top, it's gonna go back down. That's one of the important stuff, and it's something easy, right? You buy low and sell high, but the important part is understanding what's low, what's high, right? So now you come back, you look at the general market, you understand we have upside. You look at BTC, you look at Ether, and you understand, okay, they are going to move higher, and the general market is trending higher. You have opportunity. So don't be that guy who says, I'm gonna just sit into this asset because that's moving. Go check how much it has already done, and if it has already done, say 1000x, even if it's going to do 5000x in this cycle, it's only 5x from there, because the others are going to do an average of 10 to 12x or 15x. So if you want to miss out of those, that's fine. But if you miss out on the short-term gains for the long-term multiplication compounding impact, that's worth it. At least I consider that like that perspective of an investor. So guys, if you received value for your time, please do hit that like and subscribe button. That supports the channel a lot. And if you want updates on charts of different assets to understand where it is, where it's coming, where it's going, that kind of ideology, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. So guys, I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.